What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chris and Shell Talk Movies. I'm Chris.
I'm Shaw. Sorry, I was in the casket zone.
And welcome to our live stream where we're going to be discussing which Ghostface killed which character. Michelle, Kyle, how are you?
I'm doing good.
A massive headache, but other than that, I'm here.
That's because Chris is in your head.
Chris, that could be it. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That explains. What's that that Gail says in 2? That explains my
constant headache.
That was in 3.
So
yeah. With the other Gail.
You're such a complex character, Gail. Yeah, so that's that one. How did I know this? How did I know we're gonna have a Scream live stream and it was gonna start off getting a quote fest?
Just somehow just worked that way.
It does. So like I said, with this stream is going to be about, we're going to be discussing which Ghostface character we think killed which character. But yeah, obviously this the discussion is only going to take place when the Ghostface is wearing the Ghostface robe. Obviously not during the third act, because obviously we know who killed who then. So we might as well get started. We can start as a double first, as it's still in the one scene. We can go Stephen, Orson, Casey. Who wants to go first for this?
Shell can.
I suppose. Well, I gave Steve to Stu.
Mm-hmm.
Because Billy kills Casey.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
That's your guess?
There's really no way to know who kills Steve. Because nobody ever admits to it. Like, Steve's never mentioned after that. So that's I gave Steve to Stu because Billy kills Casey.
Okay.
At least that's my thought.
Yeah. Kyle?
Yeah, when it came to Steve, I always thought it definitely was Stu, but I always thought maybe both of them came running at the same time and stabbed him. But anyway.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But for Casey, I definitely agree it's Billy, because later on Billy says this. No one said you did, buddy. So shush.
Yeah.
Many things happen when you're in here in a non-normal time. You forget to turn stuff off that makes noise. Sorry.
This is the earliest we ever collabed by far until the marathon. But it's all day.
But I have an alarm every day that goes off at 1:30, and I forgot to silence it.
Yeah.
Going to the movies, I forget to do stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much in agreement for this one. I picked Stu, obviously, for Stephen Orth, only because the way how the scene takes place. Stu sort of is on that side of the house, because we know that Billy's at the front, by the front door, making the call.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, as I've talked about before, we know that Billy was the one who stabbed Casey because of the knife movements when she's trying to crawl towards the front door towards the parents, and he does a whole over the head.
And especially the sounds you can hear Ghostface making.
Yeah. For sure. So that one was pretty easy. So next up on the list, we have Principal Henry.
Well, there's 2 schools of thought on that. There's my thought and the other thought. So I think it's Stu. No, yes. I think it's Stu, because as school is being canceled and Tatum is walking with Sid saying, if you beat, I beat, Stu comes hauling ass from the other side of the school.
Schizo Izu is out.
My assumption is that he was just hanging out with Hembry. But again, it's never mentioned again. So there's really no way other than context clues to figure out who did it. So that is my context clue that Stu did it, because he wasn't at the party yet.
Yeah, and when he starts talking, he goes beaming back direction where the school is.
Yeah.
And then that's where the scene kicks off. So
Stu is my guess.
Stu's my guess on that one too.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, this one's a hard one. So I understand where you're coming from. I went Billy on that one. Only
Okay.
because he would have been down that way. But obviously, yeah, there is a good case for both.
We really don't know where Billy is at this point.
No, we don't.
We know where Stu is, and we assume where he's coming from. But I mean, it's like Steve. It could be either one of them, really.
Considering Stu was there for when the prank happens too,
Yeah.
and he was friends. Stu actually was friends with those two dudes, so
Yeah.
Billy didn't even
Because-
know them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Billy was there too, though, because he was at the top of the steps.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, coming up the steps to talk to.
When he does that.
Yeah.
That's on my that's one of my funny scenes when he goes,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you, honestly? But anyway,
Because he does this. Because he does. He turns his neck in the before he does it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But yeah, I mean, that's another one. It could definitely be either one of them.
Well, it's definitely still better than what they do in the actual Stab movie, and they get David Schwimmer or not David. But what's
his name?
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson
That's
do
it,
it.
yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Idiots.
Cookie crumbles.
Yeah, speaking of that scene, that's something I did notice the other night when I watched it in the theater as well. Like when Billy sticks out his hand and he goes, "Oh, it couldn't have been me. I was in jail." I just thought he sticks his hand out, but he's actually showing Sydney that he's actually been fingerprinted.
He's showing the fingerprints. Yep.
Yeah, I'd never noticed that before.
Yeah, when he goes like real gentle, like, oh look, this is where I was.
Yeah. It's actually funny when I was writing this down. There's not actually many kills in a lot of these films in the actual Ghostface,
Well,
right?
because when there's no kill scene when they go to chase Cindy in the house, and then obviously that's Stu going easy.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
So last but least with Scream 1, and this is also another clearly debated one. We got obviously Tatum Riley.
I think it was Billy.
Billy?
No. Wait.
It's a
I
tough
talk myself
one.
out of this. I talk myself out of this one all the time. I think it was Billy, and he, for some reason, brought a change of clothes.
And then
like
he
just
does.
in case blood stained or whatever, because he doesn't reek of beer. And she buries him in beer. Whoever's in that costume is soaking wet and covered in beer.
And even if it's Stu, you can't even tell. But
right. But I mean, Stu would be more likely to be okay smelling like beer because he was drinking all night, and it kind of exudes out of your pores after a while. But he still would be soaking wet, and hey. He was still in his original Stu sweater and his heft jacket.
And someone would have said something to him. Why you work like that?
And nobody said to him, like, dude, what happened? You're soaking wet or anything like that. So I think it was Billy, and he had the presence of mind to bring extra clothes in case he got blood stained or in case he, whatever.
Because, because Billy gives Stu the signal without actually saying anything when he appears in that scene. He gives him that.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. I'm not sure that I believe that that's a signal. I mean, it makes sense. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know that I believe that's it. I don't know. Maybe it's the thanks for the heads up that the party was here kind of thing. And for Sid's benefit, because Billy wasn't supposed to be there.
Because he does make similar sounds like when the ghost chase after Casey when he gets hit with the bottles too. So it does sound like Billy. So it's hard to tell.
He does the grunt.
I think Stu shut the door though, but Billy was in there.
Yeah. I'm in agreements with Billy because obviously I think because of the signal part when he slides across the door when he rocks up. But I think either way, whoever did it, someone was on the other side of the door because we know the door was locked, and then all of a sudden it's reopened again. So we know whoever was not doing the killing was on the other side of that door to let the ghost face back into the house anyway.
And that's another
and then snuck out the back.
Billy would have not come in the house yet. So Stu would have been on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Either lock it or make sure that no one else came down. Now, Zach Cherry did a brilliant model of it being Stu. But
Okay.
I still think it was Billy. It
Yeah,
just makes more sense in my head that it was Billy.
yeah, it's such a that's what makes it so fun to guess because it could be either or for that scene, and
Mhm.
it's so fun. So it's hard to tell
Yeah.
because they do it so good, you know. It's like without actually giving it away.
Okay. Well, that wraps out Scream 1. We move on to Scream
about
2.
Kenny?
But
What
yeah,
about
what
Oh,
was
Kenny?
did I forget Kenny, did I? Oh, that's my bad. Sorry.
Not Kenny.
I forgot to write Kenny down. I literally did
Oh,
this.
you forgot the Kenny the cameraman.
Yeah.
Forgot
All right.
Kenny. Hi, Russell.
Hi, Russell. How are you? Good to see you.
Hello,
Say hello to
Russell.
yourself, Russell. You are the chat. Oh, we appreciate you stopping by, though.
Well, we know Russell.
Feel free
will,
to.
Russell will give input, so we're glad
That's
that
it.
Russell's
Feel
here.
free to give your thought, as always. We always appreciate it.
How the hell did I forget to write Kenny the cameraman? I literally had the list right in front of me. All right, so Kenny the.
I think it was Stu, but then there's that obvious: did Billy stay upstairs the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as well. It could have been Stu.
I mean, I think he kind of had to stay upstairs because what if Sid went upstairs and he wasn't there? I mean, that kind of destroyed the whole plan.
Yeah.
Well, wait, but because right after the fact, doesn't he chase her towards the car?
Yeah, yeah, goes. Yeah, they've had sex, and then
Yeah,
they do
she
that.
comes around and then
They do that
then
whole
she goes
dialogue.
to the porch. She
And
goes
then
to the porch, and then Dewey's coming out of the porch with Ghosty behind him.
Right.
So that was when Ghostface was just behind Randy. So
and then, yeah, I'm trying to think.
So I think it was Stu, but there's that question in the back of my head: did Billy stay up the whole time?
Because, yeah,
Oops.
because that was quite the slash. Because his death was supposed to be more, whatever. If they cut some scenes from Kenny's death.
Yeah, I don't think that's one of those that we can really bank on kill style helping us with.
Yeah.
I think it's whether you believe Billy stayed upstairs or not.
Yeah, because that's such a, such an amazing trick to act like you were up there the whole time and come down for 2 minutes and go back up.
There's a lot that could go wrong in that situation if you didn't stay upstairs.
Hi, Oracle. Good to see you. And yes, it is coming around quick. We're not too far away now.
Ready.
Especially when we get to Sunday, right after the marathon on M Stream, will be officially in the week of Scream 7.
I ordered the stupid popcorn bucket, even though I said I wasn't going to, for $17 shipping.
Yeah, mine are on the way.
I bought it.
I got everything coming.
I'm pissed at myself. Like I was angrily pushing the buttons.
Russell thinks
on my
that it was
phone when I was ordering the popcorn bucket. But
yeah, I've always been that sort of like I agree with you that it was Stu. I've always had that frame of mind in my head that Billy stayed upstairs.
Yeah.
Which in a way it does.
I thought about Billy not staying upstairs until we had this, and I thought about Kenny, and I thought so I think it's Stu, but why do I think it's Stu, and why can't it be Billy? So then I thought, well, where was Billy? And then I thought, well, he was dead upstairs. But did he stay there? I don't know.
Well, the one reason why it does now get confusing for me is because they've even admitted that the scene where Randy's doing the whole thing on the chair, doing the whole look behind you, that is actually Billy in the robe there. They've admitted that, saying he was an actor who got to wear the Ghostface robe through the movie.
Both he and Lillard did too. So you don't know which one actually made the final cut.
Because
they've never said which one it actually is.
I think
both of them were in the mask for that.
I think
that doesn't have anything to do. Shit, sorry.
I think
that doesn't have anything to do with who the killer was.
I think because one of them is definitely in the robe when they're behind Randy. I think it's the other person when they see it on Kenny's camera. That's where they switched Just for
Oh, so they filmed it twice, and you're seeing two
Yeah.
They
different.
filmed it
Okay.
more than once, but yeah, several times.
yeah. But it's cool
Mm.
that they actually got to be in the robe, though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, yeah.
For once, a natural actor in the robe, not just stunt people.
And
Yeah.
it's Lillard in 5. For some reason, my mind can't always process quickly which one's 5 and which one's 6. 5, when Chad's in the yard trying to find Liv, and Ghosty gets him and stabs him in the leg. That's Lillard in the costume too.
Yep.
As Matthew Lillard, not as Ghostface.
And Russell's got a theory that there was a third killer hanging around.
That theory started after Roman said that, he's the one that started this whole debauchery.
Yeah.
So people have thought that that Roman is the ghosty in the grocery store with
And
Tate
then
Yeah.
Bushes.
and he's the one in the woods. I mean, there's an argument for it. I don't think it's true, but there's an argument.
Because back
Yeah.
then they weren't thinking about Roman when they made this movie. So
No.
Right.
Roman wasn't even thought of it. The only reason they came thought of it because they had to switch up and how they could come up with.
Right, because they had to change it because of Columbine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see your point, Russell.
Yeah, I do see what your point though. There still could be a third killer. Just
Yeah. That would be one of those series where if they did sort of like a flashback thing and they actually said that it was Roman, and then you go, okay, well, obviously it wasn't established then that that Roman was the mastermind, but you would believe it.
Well, since they brought in Roman, they could definitely recon that and add him to that.
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
for sure.
Okay, so now that we've corrected the mistake with Kenny, we'll move on to Scream 2. Might as well do this as a double 2. And
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's
sure that's
right.
obvious.
Because after that, the only deaths are the Ghostface.
Yes.
Right.
So we got Phil and Maureen. We're pretty much obvious that it's Mickey.
Mickey. But I had a thought, like the first couple of times I watched it, without really, because I don't deep dive in for a little bit. Like I just watch it a lot, and then I really, because I try to make sense of it in my head with timelines and where people might be. But then I really sit down and I watch it. So when I first started watching it, the voice that the killer in the bathroom makes sounds like a woman to me. So I assumed that was Mrs. Loomis. When she's talking real like bitch, she's talking real.
Yeah.
Sounds like a woman to me.
I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry. Yeah,
that sounds like a woman.
Yeah. So I definitely think that it was Mickey, but it wouldn't have surprised me if Mrs. Loomis was in that stall as well.
Yeah, she's a lunatic. She would have been in there. Are you kidding? She would have walked in there with her coat on and went, "Out the way, boys."
I think because I think that could be a good theory because she could have did he's how brutal she is with Randy. She could stab him in the ear, but then Mickey takes over and put the robe on and go over there.
Yeah.
So, but
I think it was Mickey, but I also agree that there's an argument for
right. But Mickey can definitely make himself
a half-assed argument, but I still think there's an argument.
I can see Mickey, for sure, because because Mickey can make himself like a woman in that thing too.
Yeah.
He's a film student after all.
If me and Chris can talk like women, so can
Well, I don't know about that.
No, you know what I meant though.
Yeah. We try to anyway.
Try to, yeah.
But so that knocks off another 2. Now we move on to Casey Cooper.
Casey Cooper.
Cece.
I think it was Mickey.
Mickey?
Mostly for the strength that was needed to toss him
over.
Her over. And the fact that Mrs. Loomis is about 3 micro inches taller than Sarah Michelle Gellar, so she wouldn't have been able to chuck her over. And I know they say don't do that, but honestly, they need to make this make more sense. She wouldn't have had the upper body strength to lift her as high as she would have had to chuck her over that railing. And lastly, the killer's left-handed, and so is Mickey, and that matters.
Yeah, because I think
all of the the kills that Mickey's attributed to are
Yeah.
left-handed.
I definitely
so is
agree
Mickey.
because Mickey would have the more strength to pick her up like that because it wouldn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
I mean,
the
if
way
Mrs. Loomis was a foot taller, I mean, Sarah
Yeah.
Michelle Gellar weighs 85 pounds. She could have
Right.
easily tossed her over if she were taller. But the fact that she is literally half an inch taller than Sarah Michelle Gellar, she wouldn't have been able to pick
Yeah.
her up and throw her up and over as far as she did.
Right.
You know, it's physics.
Yeah. Because I think later on that's where Miss Loomis does come in and then go after Sydney, of course. But then it was Mickey before this for sure.
Right. I believe that's Mrs. Loomis in the house when Sid answers the phone. But I don't think that she's the one that kills Cece.
Well, she would
Mickey
have.
threw Buffy off a balcony. He did throw
Yeah,
Buffy
Mickey-
off a balcony.
Yeah, Mickey threw Cece off the balcony, but Mrs. Loomis would have been there too because she was on the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Because remember, you got that scene where it says Cece's there, and you see Ghostface in the back sneak into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. But my theory came into that it was Mickey when they do the film student when they do the class. Because Sarah Michelle Gellar taunts Mickey a bit,
Yeah.
and the way that he looks at her.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the argument they had with her. So
Yeah. So
Would
for
want
that
somebody
one,
to best him.
yes, we're all in agreement
dare
that
you.
we think that it was Mickey.
Yeah.
I'll put Randy on the list, but what's her name? Mrs. Loomis confirmed that one. So we really
And
need.
there's a kiss on his hand. It has to be a woman.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I never noticed that.
And she's right-handed.
Yeah.
And I can yeah, because even if she didn't even confirm, I could just see it because as he started insulting Billy, that's probably why she's like, "Give me that!" Grab him and just
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Don't say whatever you want about me, but don't talk about my boy.
Yeah.
It's like, Billy Loomis, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's one of the best
Stu was
scenes
a
in the whole
pussy ass
franchise.
wet rock.
I
Yeah.
don't know why that makes me laugh when he calls Stu that, but anyway.
Okay, well, this one here we got a double again because it's basically in the same point. We got Officer Andrews and Officer Richards.
It's Mickey.
That's
Mickey?
Mickey for sure.
And that's
Because-
Richard Andrews and Andrew Richards, by the way.
Because from the car accident, he has that bruise on his head. There,
Finally,
so-
Ghostface has a welt or a bruise or a something. I mean, Gale hits him with a freaking cast iron frying pan in 6.
Yeah,
And there's
because
never a mark on any of them.
there's no way Mrs. Loomis. It was Miss Loomis because Miss Loomis was at the phone when Gail finds her, and there's no way she's
Right.
over there.
I'm just thrilled that there were bruises on somebody. It makes me very happy.
Yeah, it was a really good
Eli.
bruise
Hey,
makeup.
good to see
Hey,
you.
Eli. And they really did well making it look so good on his head.
They did.
That was a very nice bruise. You're right. Russell agrees it was Mickey.
Because
Eli, of course, asking you to slash. No, he's telling you to slash that like button.
Slash that shit. Yeah.
And when you do, you get a little ghosty guy. So do it just to see it.
and that's such an amazing sequence. I can't wait to watch when we get to Scream 2 for that scene too.
Yes.
They did so well with the cop that gets I don't remember if he's Richards or Andrews,
With the
but
thing
when he
through his
gets
head.
the pipe through his head and he's
Yeah.
twitching, it is
And he's just
great.
all-
You're like,
Beautiful.
oh. And
Yeah.
then they have to
Beautifully
crawl
done.
across them. You're like, Jesus,
Absolutely
this is intense
beautiful.
watching this.
That's an intense scene. That's terrifying. Well, we got to park that for next week, but that's a really good scene. It's a long scene, but it's really good.
It is.
It gets
And
you
I'll
every time. You're like, geez. I know we've seen so many times, but you're like, oh, you can just stab her at any time. Just move. up.
Right. Like, is he really unconscious or is he waiting? Because it's a bad spot to be in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I
But that's
believe
what
this.
makes-
I believe the stunt actor who's doing that scene also played Michael Myers in Halloween H2A, I believe. Or was it Halloween? No, it's or was it Resurrection?
I think it was Resurrection. I think
Yeah.
we talked about.
Resurrection.
Excuse me.
It's
I think we
it's
talked
Brad
about that.
Laurie, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Dennis
that's
Myers,
Resurrection.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty much the same scene as well. So Hallie, no one's changed from there. So we
Oh
say
yeah, that was definitely Mickey.
That's definitely Mickey. I've always hated that kill because it always sounds funny.
Oh, when he stabs.
It's just he
Yeah.
just stabs her twice. It's like he's stabbing a piece of styrofoam, and it's just why couldn't it be better? You know why? Why did it have to be? It was almost like, oh, I'm just gonna kill her. She's standing here. They could have done so much better with Hallie.
They could have, but
And
it's
I mean,
not
I
even.
appreciate it.
It's that sound. It's the sound.
It's that sound. It's like he's just stabbing somebody, some ice cream container, and the sound's going. It just doesn't sound right.
I just hate the whole thing about it.
It doesn't even sound like a real stab sounds either. It's like, jeez.
Russell thinks. Do you all think Gale Weathers is in on this as well?
No.
Not now.
For a second. I don't think not for a second.
I know that
I think
was
that
one
would. I think that would really destroy the franchise.
Yeah, now it would, but I know that was kind of one of the plans earlier.
Yeah, of course.
Back then, before we knew Gale the way we know Gale.
Yeah.
That would have been okay. Like maybe in the first 2 or maybe early 3, like maybe she was working with Stu in the OG 3 that we were supposed to get. But now Gale is so integral and is so much on Sid's side that that would really ruin everything for me.
Because that wouldn't
and I would
make
be
any
out.
sense.
Like I'd be done. I wouldn't watch any more Scream. I'd be out.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense now to do it.
Eli's asking me about the love story trailer for the new Hellraiser. That's the one you did the other day, wasn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I did a breakdown for that.
Yeah,
did not.
That game looks cool, but I'm not really a Hellraiser person, so I don't know. I'd probably just watch you play it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't include Scream 3 because obviously we know, in the story that it's all obviously Roman. So we move on to Scream 4. So we got Marnie Cooper.
Was it really? No, let's really guess about this. No,
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
I'm just going by the house.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being funny.
I believe Jenny and Marnie were Charlie with Jill on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreements with those two. Here's a dumb blonde with the big tits. I should have wrote that to him afterwards when she said that. I was going to I have a 4.1 GPA, asshole.
Knowing M's humor, yeah.
So the next one is Olivia. The kill of the movie.
That was Charlie. Had to be
obviously Charlie for sure. Jill's across the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, she's filming with her phone, of course, but not.
Yeah. So we're all in
that
agreement.
Scene is so beautiful. That whole scene, from the conversation next door with Kirby and Jill, and is it Trevor on the phone, and all of that whole scene is beautiful. It's the best part. It's the only part of 4 I enjoy.
Yeah. How Shaun of the Dead.
I never
this is not fucking Trevor.
I never said I was in your closet.
Yeah.
I love the way he says closet too. Closet.
I'm not in your closet.
This game's so irritating. I'm not Trevor, damn it.
Do I sound like a Trevor to you?
Well, what the hell does a Trevor sound like?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not like that guy.
No.
Next one, we got one of my next favorite kills of the movie. We have Rebecca.
I
think in the parking garage.
I think that was Charlie. Jill was in the ER.
Yeah, it was.
The first attack. She was in the ER. So that has to be Charlie.
Charlie. So we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah, I think it's though when they, even though Gale doesn't die, it's Jill in that scene for sure.
We got Deputy Hassan Perkins next.
Oh, the
Oh, and Kate. Which happened first, Kate or the? Either
The
way, I
Kate.
think it's Charlie.
Kate's after that.
I think I'll save. You can skip me for the rest of it. I think it's all Charlie until the third act.
Yeah, I'm in agreement that it was Charlie for those two, for Perkins and Hoss.
Hoss, yeah.
Yeah.
That scene is so stupid but so funny.
It is. Fuck Bruce
Those
Willis.
two idiots talking to each other. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, they're speaking of IQs. Theirs is probably -3. Dumb as a bunch of rocks.
But
I know this one. You're not supposed to say that, are you? So yes, as Shel just said, then we got Kate Roberts. So I know Jill did that one.
yeah, because Jill even
Yeah.
admitted it.
Fuck's sake, my own mom had to die.
She didn't say she did it. She said her own mom had to die.
Yeah, but I assume that was her that did it.
She would kill her own mom. That's how
Yeah,
crazy
she wanted to kill her own mama.
Could be.
And then the last kill before the reveal, we got Robbie. You can't kill me because I'm gay.
Ghost says, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he looks at him like, what?
Like, really? I don't care what sexuality you are. I'm killing you.
So I'm Charlie on Robbie.
Yep.
That's definitely Charlie for sure.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so there might be a bit of the debate on the next one. We got Vince from Scream 5.
I think it was Richie.
Yeah, I heard that one yesterday when I was actually writing this list. That actually credited it to Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah.
I think it's Richie.
Especially how hollow he is in that scene. It's got to be Richie.
Yeah.
And it's not the happy stab, but like the psycho stab, like Amber's, where she's just like,
Yeah.
everybody she kills, like, really gets it.
He just does a whole.
Right, where he is more of a slow stab kind of guy. He'll stab you more than once, but he's not going to stab you like Bailey stabbed the guy in the bodega. Like real fast, he's more controlled.
Russell's in agreement, so he thinks Richie took out Vince.
Excellent.
Yeah, Richie.
See, it makes more sense, but I kind of, even though that it's not like the aggressive kill, I always sort of thought Amber did it. Obviously, because she was there at the bar. But anyway. But yeah, it definitely makes more sense with Richie doing that. We're kind of just talking about this one. So Judy Hicks was next.
I think that was Amber.
Amber?
Yeah, because... Yeah, I think that would be Amber.
Yeah. And Richie was back at the hotel at that point.
Well, I think Richie did Wes. The kill styles are completely different.
Yeah.
I think they were both there. I think Judy was Amber and Wes was Richie.
A combination, yeah.
Nice and slow. Wes was controlled,
Yeah.
monitored, nice and slow, beautifully done.
Where Judy was just like...
Excuse me. Yeah, like a friggin' psychopath. Russell thinks it was Amber for both. I just don't think Amber had the self-control to kill somebody slowly.
Yeah.
She was such a friggin' bag of nuts that I think she enjoyed killing people so much that she just couldn't, and she was new at it. So, perhaps it would have calmed her down as the years went on. But she was just a nut. So she was super excited to kill people. And I don't think she had the self-control to kill Wes slowly.
It fits the personality. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
wish they'd come out and say, like Radio Silence would sit their ass down and have this conversation and tell us.
Hello, M.
hi,
Hi,
Em.
Em.
Good to see you.
My YouTube
Nice
partner in
job
crime.
telling Chris he's something with big boobs. I
Yeah.
like it.
And then
Oh my
I
God.
added Kylie's is bigger.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Now we're gonna get into a boob conversation.
That has not
Ugh.
started. Me and Em already had that conversation.
Back. But you're the dumb blonde with the big tits. We'll have some fun with you before you die.
There you go, Em. I'll put it on there for you. So next
Oh,
at the
boy.
hospital. Next to the hospital, we got the. You don't see the death on screen, but you got the cop.
The cop. I think there's an excellent argument for both because they were both there. But I am going to say Richie.
I'm agreements with Richie on that one.
Richie. Oh.
I think Amber was downstairs turning off the lights.
And then last but least from screen 5, we have Dewey.
Oh, we gotta talk about this one.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Anybody but Amber. Anybody but Amber. But I mean, for story purposes, I believe it was.
Yeah,
I don't
for
believe it
story
was Amber.
purpose.
I'm just gonna say Amber.
Well, Amber.
I'm not gonna
for
say I believe it.
just for this sake, Amber, but I don't think it's Amber.
Yeah.
But otherwise.
I hope Kevin Williamson has listened to all of our complaints about the Dewey death and made either the killers all the same height or they're all short. So that's why McKenna Grace can't be the killer because she's the shortest person in the cast and nobody else is as short as her.
Right.
So I'm hoping that he has
Oh.
streamlined it. I appreciate don't take at face value who's in the costume because you know that guy's 6'2" and McKenna Grace is 5'2", but there has to be where it's closer in relation, and the story has to make sense. Like Quinn tossing that guy through the bookcase, it didn't happen.
Yeah, we know who that was.
I'm not laughing at
You know
you,
what I mean?
Shell. It's M's make me laugh in the chat.
Yeah, I'm laughing
with
at
Amber.
what,
With Amber.
Yeah, I'm laughing at what Russell said. He
Amber,
goes,
that
Amber.
is
Amber.
hilarious.
I've never heard that one before. Amber.
Amber.
Me either, but I will never call her Amber
Yeah.
again, ever.
Yeah, Russell and Amber make me laugh.
Oh, Russell, that might be the best thing I've ever heard in my whole
And
life.
Bert.
Oh,
I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it because I'll be sitting here next week when we're talking and I'll be like, "What did he say?" And I won't want to ask.
So Em's
Russell's
gonna
of the
look.
mind that Stu killed Dewey. And we'll
Yes.
get a flashback to prove. Can you imagine if we get a flashback to prove that? Oh, mother!
Here comes the
Well,
debate
I'm
again. Stu is dead.
Yeah,
I'm staying out of this
Well,
conversation.
I honestly think after Stu's actually like if no matter what happens in 7, whether he's just the guy on the computer screen or behind the phone or the guy on that monitor TV or whatever it is that happens in Sid's house, or if he's actually alive and then they literally like definitively kill him H2O style and cut his head off,
All I will
they'll
like I
still
said,
believe that he's alive.
all I send the veal, Mapping Lizard fans might be happy, but Stu fans might not be. So we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, they gave us a picture. He's obviously I don't think he's alive, Em.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
don't.
living in the dream world. You know what they say? They say life lives on dreams.
What's that? Life is a dream.
Yes.
No,
I can't wait when we get to the films. We can finally talk about it after the movie.
Yeah.
This
That's
is hurting
right.
me. I know.
Okay, so we've finished with 5. Let's move on to 6. So we got Jason. Who did Jason?
Oh, that's
I mean,
Oh,
Detective
holy
Bailey.
cheesers, yeah. Because
that's
there's
a
3.
that's a
That's a-
conversation because it could easily be none of them. And will you knock it the hell off? None of them have a whereabouts
Well,
at that time.
we obviously she also dreamed about me wearing a wig with big tits too. So you
Yeah.
had that session. You had
I'm
that
glad
session.
I'm glad you think about me.
She thinks about both of us.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, Jorge.
Oh dear God. Anyway, none of them, the three of them, we don't have a positive location for any of them. None of them are said to be anywhere at that point.
Yes, you do, Em. Don't lie.
So
I'm just bugging you.
I'm just
Sorry,
going to go
Chef.
with Bailey.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they never explain who Jason was friends with that. So, yeah, Bailey for sure.
I'm going Bailey with that one.
Bailey.
The next one we just talked about, but there has been a debate that it was someone else. But that we got the bodega scene, so we all
Yeah.
think that was Bailey for that.
And it's not
I do.
Kyle anyway, it's Kylie that you're thinking of anyway, or her. Which one?
But in the bodega, we all think that's Bailey and doing that.
I think
Bailey.
that's Bailey, yeah.
Bailey, yeah.
This is going quick. We got Dr. Stone next.
I
Oh,
think that's
the
Ethan.
I think that would be Quinn.
The only one that has a, and this is the one I went to Zach Cherry about. He said between 8:15 and 8:35 is the only window that Bailey had to get to Dr. Stone's office. Because at 8:10, he was still in the precinct. That's when he told that guy he was talking about
I'll behave, Em, for you.
about
And for Shell.
what the
I'm
hell's her
glad
name?
you watched Scream 6 Oracle.
About Kirby. About, what is she up to, blah, blah, blah. So he was with Kirby. And depending on where the doctor's, even if he left right then, it would only give him 20 minutes to get to the doctor. And we don't know where the doctor lives. So I immediately whacked out Wayne. I don't think it's him. So I think it was Ethan. Because otherwise, Ethan is honestly completely
Ethan.
useless.
Yeah,
Completely
Ethan.
useless. I think it's
Now
Ethan.
now that I'm thinking about it, it's Ethan, because otherwise he's a pointless killer then.
Yeah, I can.
Never heard it confirmed, Em. Do you know where it was confirmed? I know Chris said he does not believe it was Ethan.
Yeah, I was Bailey on that one, obviously, because he was happy that he did the whole in the nose.
It was a beautiful kill.
Dr. Stone was like stabbed through the nose, and he's like through the nose. So it's like he was bragging
I had
about he did
Econ.
it. I had Econ.
Yeah, that wasn't for that, but he had Econ. Zach, that's the one where I got Ethan from, yeah, because it's the only one that made sense. Ethan was the quiet one. Well, those are the ones you have to watch out for.
That's right. Okay. So we might as well move on to this next scene. So obviously we got the whole scene in the apartment, and we got Paul.
Who?
So obviously the whole Paul and Quinn
Who
thing.
the hell is Paul?
Yeah, who the fuck is
Oh, I
Paul?
forgot about him.
The,
It was Ethan, I think. I think it was Ethan in the apartment.
okay.
We were like that other one that Quinn was. Who the fuck was Paul?
Yeah.
Paul Zach Cherry today called him Zach or Paul 2.0 because he wasn't Paul. He was
I think that's
Paul
who he's.
2.0.
I think that's who he's credited as is Paul 2.0.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. That's pretty. But yeah, Ethan's the one in the apartment, so he gets
Ethan.
Paul 2.0 and Annika.
Ethan
Okay.
for sure.
Because he's not completely useless. I'm missing Annika. Oh no, I have ladder attack.
Yeah, well, Paul. Yeah, well, she's next.
That would be Annika.
So,
Right.
so it's basically a one scene anyway.
Yeah.
See, for me, I always thought that it was Bailey as well in the room as well, because obviously in the next scene after the kill, he's limping. So obviously he might have hurt himself when he tried to kick down the door.
Maybe.
Kylie and Christine would show Quinn how to kill.
Kill with looks.
Anyway,
She's the only one I can handle. Oh no, I like her in the third act. She kind of grows a set.
There she is. There's the fucking
Quinn was
killer.
better than Amber. You're not wrong. Amber was just wrong on every level.
Hey, Rumi.
Amber. Amber. I have it right there on my phone, on my computer. Amber.
Only thing Amber was good in was Anora.
Between Quinn and Amber, they're both okay. Not the great. I can't stand either one of them.
But that's a whole different story.
Yeah, different conversation. Pretty hot. We can talk about anything we want.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and then you all think that it was Ethan who took out Annika.
Yeah, I do.
So for a quick second, just for a fun little question, who you thought you did the store scene where you attacked everyone and shot the shopkeeper?
The bodega. I think that's
Yeah.
Bailey.
Oh,
That's
that's
Bailey.
Bailey. Oh, okay, that's right. We already answered that question. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, bodega. Yeah, that was Bailey for sure.
Yeah. Well, we went through that pretty quick. And what else was everyone saying?
Oh yeah, because Gale technically survived.
The
Brooks,
Queen is more
allegedly Quinn.
Is more useless.
Mindy didn't die.
Yeah, no one really died after this, besides the
Mm-mm.
Ghostface.
I know it's weird when you really break it down. It really does not really breaks it down to like how many
The
kills
fact that
actually
we
isn't.
agree doesn't help either, because then there's nothing to debate.
No, I know.
You know?
That's the problem with 5 and 6, though. To begin with,
Yeah, they just kind of hand it to you for sure.
that's
Queen is
I
by
think
far-
I think 7's gonna be fun though. When you ever do like the breakdown who killed in that, 7's gonna be a really fun one.
It's definitely going to be different. And
For
it's good to
sure.
know that we have 2. I hope we don't have 3. I hope that little scene with Tatum is just that there's 2. Like there's not another one hiding around the corner.
Between Quinn and Amber, they were okay, not the greatest. Yeah, I think they were in our top half of our top 10 when we did our Ghostface ranking.
Not me.
No, they were up the top.
Oh no, they were at the bottom for me.
Well, that's what I mean. They were in the 10 to the 5. That's what I meant.
Yes, they were. So they were at the bottom. Yeah, they're garbage. Both of them.
Bailey with a shotgun for sure. I know this is off topic from part 6, but who do you think is the best female Ghostface?
Mrs. Loomis.
Yeah, we're all in
Loomis.
agreement. So that Mrs. Loomis was one of the best.
She was outstanding, and I know she takes a lot of flack, but I mean, Laurie Metcalf was outstanding with her crazy ass eyes, and Mrs. Loomis was pretty bad shit, and she was the perfect person to play her, and to get her craziness across as the jilted, pissed off mother of somebody hurt my baby boy. Oh, I get it.
Because she does an amazing job to act like she's Debbie Salt and then go crazy on the kills that she did do, especially with Randy, and then her reveal at the end as Mrs. Loomis is just amazing.
Cotton Weary.
Cotton Weary.
Mrs. Loomis, 100%. She's my third favorite Ghostface.
She's my 3rd or 4th. I can't find my Ghostface ranking.
What did I have her as?
Well, yeah, she was up 3rd, I think,
I don't know
for
where
me
my
as
list
well, if I remember.
I had Mrs. Loomis at 5th for me.
Yeah, she'd definitely be up there.
So
I
she
think
just made the cutting room floor.
I think she was 3rd for me as well, if I remember. So.
I don't know where my list is.
Everyone liked Mrs. Loomis was the best.
Well, and I mean, even if you didn't like Mrs. Loomis, there's only 3 female killers, so it's not too hard to, pick one. If you think they're all crap, it's like bad pizza. There's no bad pizza. There's just level of crap. So that would be
Interesting.
my thought on bad female ghost faces. They're all bad in their own right, but you just have to pick the worst one.
Very good. I do have a theory on who might be a killer in Scream 7, but I'm not going to say who I think it is because actually I filmed a video for it yesterday, which will be coming out on the 26th. So wait to hear from that one.
Already been guessing.
We're going to also discuss what we think is coming. We have Chris and I are doing one, and then we're going to do one with Em and Kyle.
Yeah, Anna Camp.
Yeah, I don't think Anna Camp is. I really don't. I think it's too obvious.
I definitely agree with Em though. She would the Anna Camp, the actress, would make a good killer, even though she might not
for
be.
sure.
She would make a great
Definitely
killer,
an Em.
though, for sure, though.
I mean, she was a fabulous vampire in True Blood. She was like one of the shining moments of True Blood. It was awful. I don't know, Em. I don't think so.
She reckons she's a Ghostface.
I was on Destination Station last night where we did a part 1 of where all were guessing who could be Survivor, Dead, Cameo, and who could be Ghostface. It was a fun tier.
Yeah. Anna Camp is a great actress. I'm sure that I've seen her and stuff, but I don't remember her too much.
I was itching for some Anna Camp because she's obviously in the film, but we haven't seen her yet, except for in that stupid betting commercial as to who's going to live and who's going to die. So I just burned through all 3 Pitch Perfects just so I could have some Anna Camp love.
Anna Camp, I think she's as my friend Leatherface would say, I think she's deader than shit. So
yeah, I think she's gonna die, unfortunately, because I really want Sid to have a friend. I mean, her son gets it, so I mean, the theory of her and her son being ghosty is out the window.
You got a friend in me.
7's just next week. Is this crazy? We don't need that played in a Scream movie.
Yeah. We've been talking about it for how long, and intensely deep, serious conversations. Oh, Em's got more theories. She thinks Anna will be the only ghostie to be arrested and locked up.
Nice little point.
That was supposed to be Quinn. Quinn was supposed to survive. And
can you imagine
in the post-credit scene, she was supposed to be live from jail.
Can you imagine Ghostface in the Ghostface voice? You got a friend in me? Jeepers.
We've lost Kyle.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? As long as it's not spoilers, because I think we have a little bit of time. We haven't even been talking an hour yet.
Yeah, so we can keep going for a little bit if anyone's got anything to talk about, or if you've got anything you want to mention, talk about in the chat. Go for it.
Because in March, I got Lynn McCree. We're aiming to have Lynn McCree back on the channel in March. So
nice.
She scares the shit out of me. I told you that scene in 3 where she's walking through the field towards Sid while she's dreaming, and she's got that long flowing. She's scary as shit. I can't watch that scene ever.
Yeah, I've always found that scene to be pretty scary moment.
Me to death.
Definitely make our scariest moment list.
Well, like I said, I like your theory, Chris, that you're saying, and I looked at it too. I like your theory that you have Sydney's daughter hitting against the wall of her hand.
Yes.
I still don't see that, and I've watched that trailer 500 times. You can only go down to 0.25, and I still don't see it. Who do you guys want to see get killed off in 7?
Mindy.
Well, yes, Mindy. Mindy can go.
I think Mindy's a goner.
Okay, so who do we see get killed off? Well, allegedly killed. We get Mark looks like he's a goner. Right?
Yes.
it's not looking good for both of the twins, but so we'll side table that. Celeste O'Connor, I forget the name of her character. She gets stabbed in the back a couple times from Ghosty, so she doesn't look good.
Russell thinks Kylie is Ghostface.
Jesus.
Kyle could be Ghostface.
You think Mindy will live?
Kyle and Kyle.
Lost it. You think Mindy's gonna live?
I think Mindy's
Do you
dead.
think Chad will die?
I think Mindy dies. Chad survives.
I think he's gonna live too.
Well, we actually came to agreement that Mark could be surviving for sure.
I think they're trying to show it too hard that he dies. Like they're giving us too much. So
why
I think
would they
he's
give
going
away
to be
that
in a
kill
bad
on the-
way, a very bad way. But I think he'll live.
Because why would they show that give you away kills in the trailer that like that
Yeah.
to begin with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a bit much.
They want you to think that he dies.
Chad the Insatiable Force. I don't think Chad's gonna go. I
No,
think that
because
scene in the latest trailer, whatever it was, that they superimposed that knife on Chad's chest. I don't think the knife is real. I think they added the knife.
and to be honestly, since you made him since how he survived so many stab wounds, it would be so weak and stupid if they just killed him with a couple stabs, especially after him surviving so many knives.
Yeah,
So
he's
if
gotta go out big.
you're gonna kill him, you gotta beheaded him or something. Do something memorable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Beheadings.
agree with that.
'Cause
Yeah. I think
otherwise,
yeah.
it beats the purpose what they did in 5 and 6. Then if they just kill him with a couple stabs.
If only. She's such a waste. But anyway. What the hell was that?
Yeah, I
But-
definitely
Shit falling all over.
I definitely think Mindy's gone on this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so they showed us Mark. Celeste O'Connor.
Russell
Somebody
thinks
who
that
looks
Chad.
like McKenna's Grace.
McKenna Grace is dead and shit.
Oh,
Bring
she's
the
gonna
tissues
die,
for
that's
that
for
one.
sure. Yeah.
Chad. Russell thinks Chad Meeks is now the cameraman.
I heard that somewhere. That they're both working for Gail and that Chad's the cameraman, which made me laugh a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. They
He's
showed
gotta
us
He's
Asa
got to do that
Gurman.
line. Yes, I got that on film.
Can you imagine
Asa
Mindy saying it to
being
him?
pulled away, right? And then
Sorry?
in that one scene where Asa Gurman's being pulled away, there's somebody at the bottom of the steps behind Ghosty, which that could be Celeste O'Connor's character. I don't know. You really can't see it. Hi.
I'm saying bring back Joel.
100%.
I'm
Oh,
surprised they
yeah.
haven't.
We love Joel. He was hilarious.
This would be the perfect movie to bring him back.
Yes.
There'd be something if he were the killer, like maybe. Although I think it goes back further than 2, but that maybe Joel ended up working for Gail because he knew somebody, and I don't know. I'm just making shit up right now. Russell
Oracle
says Mindy's
saying,
out too.
yeah. Oracle saying this would be crazy if they kill everyone off in this except Sydney and Gale.
Well, I
Well,
think
they
Sydney,
always-
Gale, and Tatum are definitely surviving.
There was always talk in the original Scream 7 that it was going to be a bloodbath. So I don't know whether they'll stick to that form or not and just go crazy. I'm not sure. I know the other day that when Nev Campbell and that seen the cut, they said we need to add more blood. So obviously they want it to look more gory. So
Okay, the only reason I would see Mindy surviving because Ken Williamson loves her for some reason.
He does love her. Yeah.
That's his favorite character. See, remember
And
he said he regret killing
so
off
maybe
Randy. So.
How did that happen? So maybe they keep her and kill Chad, which would really piss off the fan base because the fan base, if they were to pick one or the other, they would by far pick Chad to stay alive.
Realistically, we want Mindy dead, but that's Ken Williamson's call.
Right. So either one of them dies, it's going to be very emotional.
Yeah.
For us, theoretically, because we've bought into these characters. Also for the sibling that's left. Will you get out of there? What the hell are you
No, that's funny, Em, because me and Em, all of us do want Mindy dead, but
Let's
Ken Williams
go.
just said
I'll place
it's her
bets. She's
favorite.
gone. She's a goner. What do you want to bet him? Some tea?
What we betting? Interesting.
So what's up with that? The weird guy in the cast poster who looks like he's a professor or something. What's his name? Tim. What was his name?
No, I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name. Was that guy? That was that guy who was added real late.
No. He had he's got like a smoking jacket on or something.
PG-13
I looked
tips.
him up today.
PG tips.
PG tips, baby. A whole
Oh, hell.
box. You got it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm having some PG tips right now. What the hell's his name?
That just sounds weird. PG tips.
It's the tea bag. Freaking weirdo. And what's up with Ethan Embry? Yeah, he was my next. What's it going to be?
Well, I believe Ethan Embry is working at the psych ward, at the psych ward.
Yes, but I'm going to kill my dog. But I mean, there's so many that we don't know anything about. Mark Consuelos. This Timothy Simons is the weird guy with the porn stash. Ethan Embry, Sam Reckner, Asa Gurman. And Jimmy Tatro was only seen. Don't kill your dog.
Yeah, don't.
I won't. I promise. But she's driving me bonkers today. Bonkers.
But
Jimmy Tatro we haven't seen since the original trailer, and that was for only about 15 seconds.
Those characters are definitely important that they're not showing. Kylie can't die. Shush over there. But no, I think they're definitely important. They're keeping away from the marketing, because why would they not promote them?
But there has to be something that they've.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of scene that you could include them in. Like even if it's just Anna Camp and Sid having a cup of tea, because clearly there's lighthearted moments with Sid and Mark in bed, Sid and Mark having coffee in the morning. I mean, there's moments where it's not all blood and guts.
Ethan Embry is one of my choices. Russell, he always has been.
Because Kylie and Christine gotta live to the sequel.
Yeah.
The tagline for Taylor's gonna prepare yourself for the last. Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that. Prepare yourself for the last scream. I saw that. I'm not sure what that means. It doesn't make any sense because it's definitely not the final movie, because they are. I mean, 8's basically greenlit. I imagine they'll greenlight 8 after opening weekend, if not before. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely not. People
I don't understand what that means.
People started posting about Scream 8 last night, which I knew was all fake, but.
Well, they asked Nev about 8, and she said, well, I can't tell you about 8 because then you'll know what happens in 7. So, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on who's going to be the killer. I think a lot of these characters are just in this film to be a body count. It's been given an R rating for lots of blood and violence, which I'm very excited about.
That's why I love the fact, the way the marketing is, so it can really keep you guessing, suspenseful, because I don't want to know the killers until the final act. Like 5 and 6, you don't want to be guessing right off.
8's in the works, but it hasn't been officially greenlit yet.
It's funny what Deb said.
It's gonna be.
When Deb said, I seen an interview where she said, well, I can't tell you about 8 yet because I'll be telling you what happens in 7.
Right.
That's what she said. So.
So many questions.
Yes. What do we got now? 8 days. We'll find out soon enough.
8 days.
Face it, these days you gotta have a sequel. That's right.
That's right. Or a couple.
Ugh.
And you can't kill M with the red right hand. She's the OG Ghostface.
Or we can take out M. That's fine.
No,
That's
M will
harsh.
gut you like a fish, Chris.
Sorry.
That's
I'm
it.
only bugging
Got
you.
you like a
You know,
fish.
M will gut you like a fish. She's the red. She's her with the red right hand. Did you ever see my song that I sang for her? I give her own theme
No.
song.
Oh dear.
Yeah, try it, Chris. I'm her YouTube partner in crime. You gotta go through me first.
That's fine.
God.
As Mrs. Loomis will say, 2 birds, 1 stone.
She'll get you no matter what you do because she is her with the red right hand.
Yeah. All right, gang. I'm going to get ready to head to work. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping Oracle. We really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for stopping in, Oracle.
Oh, we're gonna have so fun, all 4 of us together on the Marathon and M stream. It's gonna be a blast. Our humor.
It is.
Oh gosh, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Chris and Shell, like I said, I seen how you guys come a long way since you guys started, and it's been a blast doing these stream stuff with you. You guys are amazing. So
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate it, Carl.
you're welcome.
Definitely.
So Russell
What
keeps
else do you guys
singing.
think's gonna happen?
Russell keeps saying that Kylie is a ghost face. Maybe that's the real reason why Kyle's got an NDA, because he can't say. That's why he can't say anything.
Oh,
That could be it.
that's funny. Oh
That
gosh.
could be it. Can't dime himself out.
Well, Horror M keeps saying Kyle's Ghostface, Kylie's Ghostface, and then she's like, "We can," and then M's like, quit saying we're Ghostfaces. We'll get in trouble."
Or maybe I'm Ghostface because I'm the one with big tits.
You would die in the
That could be
beginning.
it.
Chris. I'm just kidding. M will gut you right quickly.
Has
Oh,
anyone got?
God.
Anybody want to talk about anything else or anything in the chat before we wrap this up?
I don't know. Oh.
All right.
And Shell's coordinating all this stuff. So
Yeah, it's me and Stu. Sitting in a corner, drinking our PG tips.
Jeepers, Em.
I might cop a fill beforehand. But just don't pop them. All right, everyone. That's the end of the stream. We are going to be live again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Australian Central Time. We are starting. We're doing. I was going to say Halloween Resurrection. Then we're doing Scream Resurrection. So if you don't know what Scream Resurrection is, it's the Scream TV series they did after season 2, where it got taken over from MTV and went to VH1. And in season 3, they managed to get the rights to use the Ghostface mask and got Roger L. Jackson back for the voice. This is going to be a 2-night event. We're doing 3 episodes each night. It's going to be fun. So come and hang out. We have the episodes available, so you can join our movie room and watch along. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. We appreciate it, and we'll see you then. Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
afternoon,
Thanks for
everyone.
stopping in. Bye.
Another beer, you want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.